How can you prove to yourself that this world must have an eternal power? This has a lot of impact if you could really come up with a conclusion that yes, there must be someone that had no beginning, no beginning whatsoever. You know, if you could convince yourself in that with a rational proof, support that with a proof, that should shake you up. That should shake you up. Especially when you really feel it, that you got it in your hand. There's no two way about it. The elimination process, if you prove one wrong, what does that mean? That means the second one is right. Right? If we prove one wrong, that means the second one is right. So, let's take one. Let's assume this whole world, whatever we see and we don't see, we're going to take, like these communist people say, you know, there is no God and all that. So we're going to take the first assumption, that at one time, this whole world began. It had a beginning. So we're going to take the first one. Yes, this whole world did have a beginning. All right? So we're going to take that and see, could this be true? If this is valid, that means the other one is wrong. If this is wrong, that means that has to be, the other one has to be right. So this whole world, it had a beginning. Well, what does that mean, this whole world had a beginning? That means this whole world that we live in, everything that we see and we don't see, at one time that we don't know when, at one time it started. Because we were saying it had a beginning. That means it began from one time. Now, do we know that time? Is it a must that we know? Should we know? No, we don't care about that. At any given time, undetermined, this whole world began. That's what, the first assumption. Well, if this is true, this is the beginning of that world, then before that, what was there? Because we said the whole world now, right? The whole world had a beginning. We agreed on this. We're going to take this assumption first of all. This probability. If we took that possibility that the whole world had a beginning at one time, let's say over here, we don't have to know when. That means before that, what was there? There was nothing, because the whole world had a beginning. Before that, that means there was nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Whatsoever. Nothing that you could think of even existed. This is the first possibility. When we took the first assumption that this whole world began at one time, no matter when, we don't care, that means before that, there was nothing whatsoever. Literally nothing whatsoever. Because we included everything in that assumption. We included everything. Now the question comes up that since before that time there was nothing whatsoever, now how could how could literally nothing produces what is everything now? That means there had to be, the other one is right, that means there had to be an eternal power. Now which one that is eternal power, we have not answered that yet. Is it Allah? Is it somebody? We're not talking about this yet. We're just talking, that means this notion is wrong. It has to be wrong. There's no way it could be right. Because I don't have to be, as we said, I don't have to be smart to know that nothing will not be able to produce anything. You can conclude with all certainty, beyond the shadow of any doubt, that this notion could not be possible whatsoever. Because if you accept the fact that there is no eternal, that means you're saying that nothing can bring something. And anybody that makes a statement like that, he needs to be checked out. Can't be right. He's not functioning right. But definitely there has to be someone who is eternal. Think of this. Think of what you're saying. Think of what you're hearing. There must be someone, right now I can tell with 100% conviction, that there has to be someone who is eternal. I don't know that yet. I'm yet to find out. But to think that there has to be someone who is eternal, what does that mean? What am I saying? There has to be someone or more than one who is eternal. What does that eternal mean? Someone that had no beginning. You're saying that now I have a conviction that definitely there is somebody who can go in time so far that he never had a beginning. He's always there. You know, when you start thinking about what you're saying and you go a little bit in detail and try to picture what you're saying or understand what you're saying, it really makes you, it shakes you. Someone, a power that had no beginning goes so far. It never started. Never started. No one responsible for starting it. What is this? What kind of power is this? How could it be? It's unusual, it's abnormal, it's extraordinary, it's something that it's not normal for what you see around you. Just that idea by itself should really shed a light on what kind of a creator we worship, what attributes he has. No beginning at all. There isn't a time that came and he wasn't there. Always there, always. That's amazing. The mind cannot absorb that. But the mind cannot deny it. You cannot deny the fact that the eternal must exist. Yet you cannot absorb how this could happen. How could that be? How could someone be there all the time? No beginning whatsoever. How could this? When the mind cannot answer how, this is only should strengthen your iman, because how different he is from you. That's how different he is. You cannot deny the fact that he does exist, that eternal power. It's there. Definitely the eternal power must exist. Otherwise, if there was nothing at one time whatsoever, then where did all this come from? Then nothing? Then nothing was responsible for all of that? No way. That means he has to exist, that eternal. And that's amazing. It's amazing to have that attribute. Only this one attribute, eternal. Now, if you go beyond that, this is one attribute, right? A character. But that word old gives you an idea that you could derive out of it something else. Old, that means he's going to look kind of weak. Old, huh? He's going to look like, something different than young. You start to derive things from the same word. Can you derive it from the word eternal, something else? Step by step.